In 2010, Sam Bradford signed a contract that would change the history of the NFL. And yes, I know this might sound crazy, but things would literally be completely different without this contract. When the NFL was started originally, there was not a salary cap. So back then, essentially you could just pay to win. That is how we had teams like the Cowboys or the Steelers who were just full of Hall of Fame talent, and that's quite simply because they were allowed to pay them. There was no salary cap, so if you just draft well, you get the best team ever, like the Steelers in the 70s. However, in order to gain parity, the NFL decided to shake things up, and in 1994 they introduced the salary cap. What we all know and love at this point, and in my opinion makes the NFL the best sport in the world. The salary cap forces each team to have strengths and weaknesses, because money won't just fix their problems like it does in baseball. Instead, the team has to be smart with their assets and really utilize the draft, free agency, player development, and more. However, there were some problems with the salary cap that I will point out in this video, and that's centered around paying rookies. So if you think about it, how do you pay a rookie in the NFL? What are they worth? In modern times, it is very, very simple. You pay them what the NFL says you're going to pay them. So there is a rookie wage scale that tells you how much money they will get paid. It's why a lot of NFL rookies actually don't have agents, because the dollars have already been figured out. There's no more that they can negotiate. For example, this year, the first pick gets $38.54 million on their contract. That's just what it is. You know, no matter how good you negotiate, you're not going to get more. That's just it.
Yeah.
Make a lot of money.
Yeah, I do all right for myself.
If you do see people hold out, it may be over some minor terms, over how guaranteed the money is, when you get the money, like if you get it all up front or not. But the dollars are the same. This was not the case before 2011, before the Sam Bradford contract. Before the rookie wage scale was created, rookies and teams would simply just sit down at the table and negotiate. It was a little complicated. Who really has the power in this? The team drafts the player, so the player can only play for that team. But on the other hand, the team has wasted their draft capital if they can't come to an agreement with this player. And this had a lot of ramifications. The first one is it led to a lot of rookies holding out, because if you hold out, you'll get a better deal eventually. At least that was the idea. And even worse, it led to a lot of rookies missing training camp. Rookies, more than anyone else, need as much time in the building as possible. There's even rookie training camp that would help rookies learn the NFL, learn the playbook, and really thrive. However, since they would hold out, they would miss that. The second major impact is that rookies were paid an outrageous amount, and this is seen more than anything else in the Sam Bradford contract. In 2010, when Sam Bradford was drafted, he signed for 6 years, $78 million, and $50 million guaranteed.
I've called you all here because I need some honest answers. What is my current financial situation?
Great.
Now, I know it doesn't sound like that much today because, you have Trevor Lawrence making $55 million per year.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
But you have to go back to 2010, and at the time, it was a ridiculous amount of money. It was the most guaranteed money that any quarterback had in the NFL. And to make things worse, the per year pay was sky high as well. If you look at the top paid players in the NFL in 2011, here is the list. Number 1, Peyton Manning, 4-time MVP, quarterback of the Colts, $23 million per year. Number 2, Sam Bradford, rookie, $18.4 million. Number 3, Tom Brady, $18 million. Now, I know it might just be me, but I think one of those guys does not fit in with the rest. And I'm not talking about Tom Brady. or Peyton Manning. So when a team has to pay their quarterback elite money when he's just a rookie, he is completely unproven, when they can easily not turn out. There are countless number 1 overall picks who bomb. Another example is Jamarcus Russell, who has to be involved in this video. He was drafted in 2007. He got paid $36 million on his contract. Was he good? No, he was considered one of the biggest busts in NFL history.
Let's see your everything is okay face.
As the number 1 overall pick, he did get the high salary, but he only played in the NFL for 3 years and started 25 games before he went out of the league for good. So when you have players like Tom Brady, you have players like Peyton Manning getting paid the same amount as these new rookie quarterbacks who have proven nothing, it's just a bad look. The teams don't like it, and even more, the veterans don't like it. Just imagine you're a veteran, you've worked your way up through the league, and then this rookie who's bad comes in and makes more money than you. That just has to kill a locker room. And the third impact that it had was there are some teams that were strapped for cash, and they literally did not want a high draft pick because then they would have to pay the player a lot of money.
I have to admit, I didn't see this coming.
So a perfect example this year is the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers currently have the 3rd least amount of cap space in the NFL. As we all know, they are terrible. But if there was no rookie wage scale, even though they direly need a top draft pick and would earn that top draft pick by going, 2-15 or something like that, they would then trade back, not get the top talent because they could not afford the best players. And as you can tell, this really just doesn't help parity in the NFL at all and is bad for the league. So when this all came to a peak with Sam Bradford's record-setting contract, the NFL determined that things needed to change, and the next year they added the rookie cap, which has changed everything as we know it. It went from the contract of Sam Bradford being 6 years, $78 million, to the following year the number 1 overall pick, Cam Newton, signed for 4 years, $22 million. And man, I would be really upset if I was Cam Newton, because if I was just 1 year older, if I just went into the draft 1 year sooner, I'd have an extra $50 million, but that's just how it works. And this has gone on to affect the NFL through today. We all hear about the teams drafting a quarterback, loading up the roster, and competing on the rookie contract. The first example is Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Their legendary defense, stacked with talent that was high paid. They could only afford it because Russell Wilson was so cheap. Another example, Patrick Mahomes. When he was cheap, they were able to have talent all around him. And the newest example could be CJ Stroud getting Stephon Diggs, all their wide receivers, and just loading up for talent when they have a rookie locked into a cheap contract. And who knows if this would have happened if there weren't record-breaking contracts by players such as Sam Bradford, who turned out to be not a record-breaking player. So thanks for watching the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you later.